Hey guys, I am coming on live once again for the Rise Up Challenge. This is day 3 as we move into Easter weekend. This is a challenge in April that I'm doing with uh, my fellow Abundant Life Nation friends. It's a movement. We're here to spread love and just to share what God has given us to share with people on our hearts. And when I started on the 1st, I just felt that I should be talking about fear and how it affects us. And there's so many different aspects. And I brought up 2 Timothy 1:17 that talks about God not giving us a spirit of fear, but equipping us with power and love and a sound mind. So, but fear rears its ugly head in multiple ways. And I wanted to make sure that I addressed those things before I dug into the power that God gives us and the clarity that God gives us. But we've all heard this, right? Fear is false evidence appearing real, right? False evidence appearing real. And what is that? Like, it's a lot of things. It's what people say about you. It's what you say about yourself. It's the negative things that have been embedded in us just from birth. It's the negative images that we see and get oftentimes. It's also sometimes the lack of positive images where you see yourself in various leadership roles or things that maybe you aspire to be. So, false evidence appearing real. Like, for example, for me, in several things that I've done, there's not always many black girls, right? False evidence appearing real. Like, I can never reach the top because that's, I'm the wrong color, or I'm from the wrong background, or I'm not tall enough, or I'm not blonde hair and blue eyed. There's lots of things that I seem to be a trailblazer at doing when I was younger. And then obviously, as you look now, the world has changed. We see, I remember back in the day, I used to aspire to be like Gabby Douglas. Oh no. When we first started, it was Dominique Dawes. I looked up to my wall because there's actually a picture of Dominique Dawes on my wall and that whole 1992 Olympic team, because there was always just one. And so sometimes society and the world tells us that there can only be one, or there only these types of people can reach these types of goals. Or even a step further, only men can do this. Only men can be president of the United States. Women are supposed to get married and have kids and be at home and not pursue certain goals and dreams. False evidence appearing real. We know those things are false. We know that as Christians, we are real people too. We cuss, we fuss, we have real problems. It's almost impossible to adhere to the standards that we put even our pastors and people up to. If you look at like what happened recently with Kurt Franklin as a father and a known Christian singer, really popular, that blew up. But of course, I think in many ways, people are starting to wisen up and realizing that the man behind the message is an actual man, it's a person. We all struggle with different things. As a single woman of a certain age, the first thing you hear is, "Oh, why she's single?" I can't stand when people say, "Oh, what's her name? Must be crazy." It's an actress that I'm thinking of right now. Oh, I see her in my eyes. If somebody could call her out, but she used to date Dave Justice and everybody, big time actress. Everybody would always say, "Oh, she must be crazy. She is crazy," because nobody could stay with her. And no, I feel like in a lot of these cases, these women are strong women who have their own thing going for them, and sometimes men just can't take it. Sometimes they're not man enough for that woman. Why does it always have to be that person is not, good enough, or there's something wrong with that person? All of these things that create a false narrative have an effect on us, and we become fearful. We're feared to step out. We're scared to try new things. In our head, we'll think, even like coming on alive right now, we'll think, what's my family gonna say? What's my friends gonna say? Because it's just not cool. It's just not cool whatsoever to put people in certain boxes and to assume things about them. False evidence appearing real. What I'd like to do is I'd like to help people live wholly, honestly, like live their full life, like live who they were created and made to be. Especially women. For some reason, we can't be strong and lift weights or have muscles without certain assumptions being made about us. We have to fit in that box. You can't be a Wonder Woman. Like, that doesn't exist. Yes, it does. We work so hard. We do it all the time. We take care of people. We take care of ourselves. And then we're a beast in our careers and our jobs. It does happen. And so we ourselves, we know that these things exist. We know that people say these things about us. We know that there are certain things in the workplace that hold us back. We know that there's discrimination, whether it's in the workplace, whether it's in the church, whether it rears its ugly head everywhere. But we have to learn to push past that fear. We have to learn to recognize those things that constantly hold us back, those things that keep us from stepping out into the new or stepping into something new. We all have goals, we all have dreams, and why aren't we going for them? Is it because of what the media says? Is it because of what your mama said? Is it because of what your cousins will think about you? Is it because of what people will think about you at work? Like, all of that is contributing to your fear and to your inability to step outside of your comfort zone. I've been in fitness all my life, and I talked about this yesterday. It's really fearful to step out of that and to try something new and to do a new thing. And God is showing me that sometimes you just have to do it scared, right? You just have to go anyway, because God will give you the power, the provision, the support, the backing that you need to reach your goals and your dreams. We just have to think a lot clearer and a lot better about ourselves. Tonight, I didn't even want to come on live. I didn't want to come on live and talk at all. I got the first shot of the COVID vaccine, as I said well, I got it on the 1st, April 1st. And then that night it kicked in, and so I'm not feeling so great, but I did not want to let my people down. We are doing this 30 days. You'll see me go live. I'm talking about fear. I'm talking about getting past your fear. And if you have any questions or anything, you can always put them in the chat box below. You should never let anything limit you. Speaking of limitless, someone named Janet Lynn West just chimed in, and she is a phenomenal fitness athlete. And she has been kicking butt, looking amazing, and defying age. You know, we're taught, or we're told, that when we become a certain age, that there's certain things that we can't do. I was looking into, or am planning on, freezing my eggs, and I called one company, and somebody had the nerve to say that, oh, well, you've reached this age, so they're not going to do it. And I was so discouraged, and I was so upset, because I was like, here I am. I've been being this upstanding citizen in life. I've been eating well, taking care of my body, being an athlete, pursuing my dreams, you know, getting certification after certification, coaching people, doing all these things. And then I had somebody just crush my dreams when I called. Like, somebody was so quick to just be like, dismiss me and say, oh, well, you can't do that. And I almost gave up, you know. I kind of said, well, give me an appointment anyway. And when I did that, I got an appointment, and the doctor was so warm and so welcoming and so encouraging, and was so like, yeah, girl, you could do this. You might be older. You might not get as many eggs as somebody else would, but you got this, you know, you'll be fine. So, but I had fear. That whole process, fear of not having enough money, fear of what people would think, because that's weird. You're freezing your eggs. If you want to get pregnant, just get a boyfriend, just get a husband, have sex, go do that. You know, that, as if it was just so easy, as if I have not had boyfriends in the past, as if I didn't have that stereotypical thing in my head, like, oh, you're a Christian woman, you're not supposed to have a kid until you get married, and, you know, you're not really supposed to get married until you graduate from college and start in your career. All of these things that you know, that are in brain, you know, just drilled into your brain as a girl growing up in the South, wherever. Some of you, it doesn't matter where you're from. We all have those mothers, grandmothers, people in our lives, church leaders, everybody telling us that things are supposed to happen in this order. Well, we all know that that's not always the case. And we have to be fearless. We have to be fearless in going after our goals and after our dreams, no matter what. Whether pain steps in, no matter what it is that comes in. So today was about false evidence. It's not real. What people say about you is not real. What society says about you is not real. You just have to stay true to you and stay connected stay connected. We get so caught up. When I say stay connected, I mean stay connected to you and stay connected to your source. Stay connected to God. Because God will tell you he loves you right where you are and that you can do anything with him. The world tells us differently. Tells us when we get gray hair, when we get past 40, that it's impossible to do this and that or the other. And I know that's bullshit. The world also says as if you're a Christian, you're not supposed to cuss. I'm a cussing Christian. Sorry about that. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday evening. I'm in and out of this feeling sick with the COVID. I don't have COVID, but the vaccine, the first shot has got me feeling just like I felt when I had COVID, in a good 1 minute, out the next, a little nauseous, not wanting to eat, but when I eat, I feel better. My headache, I have headaches that they come and go. But I had all of that when I had COVID. So yeah, that was a fear of mine to get the vaccine, but I'm ready. I'm ready to travel again. I don't mind being sick for a few days if that means that I'm protected from death and I can travel to Cancun to visit my friend and her baby and do all those things, all the wonderful things. Me and Ishelle is on here, and we were talking about going to visit Stacy in Jamaica. So, oh Lord, I cannot wait until we can up and travel and see our new friends and support each other. So, blessings and abundance to you all. I will be live again tomorrow. I don't know what time. I'm just leaving it as to where I feel it or feel good enough. So, yes. If you have any questions about the Rise Up Challenge or Abundant Life Nation or what I do as an Abundant Life coach, just send me a message, DM me, and I will also add my consultation link in the description as well. I'm trying to remember to share it on my YouTube page. I'm growing a new YouTube page and I got to try to get more followers on that. Ishelle, you got to help me with that because I think I can't, I don't know how to upload. I'm not allowed to do certain things until I have so many followers. So I'll have to share maybe my YouTube link and try to get more followers there. But if you have any questions about it, we're just trying to, it's a positive movement. We're trying to get people to not get caught up in the hoopla and to remember that there's a source that you can get love, joy, peace, and live happy and not let what happened in 2020 totally happen again in 2021. We have to take care of our mental, physical, and spiritual health. And a lot of us have neglected that mental and spiritual well-being a lot. I know me, I was hitting it in the gym, and now God says, sit down. That ain't where your focus needs to be. Your focus needs to be on me and being mentally sound to be able to get through these next couple of years. And I say that with clarity because we've got to get through. We got to get through COVID. We've got to get through social injustices and unrest and the hate crimes and discrimination. All of that is very real. You know, it is. I'm Black, I'm a woman, and I live it. So, anyway, blessings and abundance. Have a good night, y'all. Bye.